Okay, so our purple belt form, this is the slowest form that they have had so far, okay? So slow, what I mean is there's different speeds throughout this form. Every other form you've had just one speed for all your techniques, which is, I guess you could say, average speed. But there's slower moves in the purple belt form on purpose, okay? So we go back to ready stance A for this one. As we start, we don't turn to the left. We do step out with our left foot. Okay, so that's this foot here for me. I'm stepping out, I'm reaching with my right hand. This is another point a lot of students maybe misinterpret what the instructors are doing or just stick the wrong hand out in general. So this is not a punch. This is a load for a punch, okay, or a preparation. This is a shell of a punch, okay? This is the actual punch because it's taking the path of a punch, right? So if you notice when I step out, this hand is extended. So this, even if I did it fast, that's not really a punch anyway, right? That's not very good technique. So I'm just sticking this out in the same way that I would reach for a block. This itself is not a move, but this is the move, right? So I stick this hand out. This one is going to actually do the first punch. So I step out. I slow punch with my left hand, and then I do two punches, right, left, and I end up where I was. Now, I leave this hand alone. I leave it out here. I step together. As soon as this foot lands, then my right hand starts to punch slow, and then left, right. Okay, so now I've done 6 punches so far in this form. My stances really don't change. Okay, I'm in a sitting stance the whole time. From here, I take a small step forward, and just like in the orange belt form, I'm going to start working at an angle, okay? So I don't step forward, directly forward, and I don't turn to the side. I need to be somewhere in the middle of that. A 45-degree angle is what we say. So from here, I take this foot, and I step up, and I turn my hips a little bit. So I'm over my front stance, and I do an inner form block here, okay? My rear leg is going to do a front kick, and then I set that down in the front. Okay, so I'm here at an angle. I kick with my left foot. Boom. I reach again with my right hand. But as I step down, 1, 2. I punch with my left and then my right. Okay? So there's 2 punches there, not 3. Even though this is a load for a punch, there's no power with it, there's no snap. These 2 are the ones that have the actual punches, okay, that have the power. Now this foot is going to move across the front to the left side, okay? So now I do the same combination of things over here. Inner form block, my front kick, I reach, 1, 2. So you see the difference between this, that was a little slower even, and then these that are way more intense. That's the pace, and that's how you want to do the blocks, or any technique, just so you can separate what is the load or the preparation from what is the actual technique, okay? So we're here, we end as a reverse punch. All right, now we're going to move this foot centered towards the front of the room, okay? But we have some slower paced moves here. Again, we have one of our new moves called a hooking block. 1, 2, 3 seconds, okay? Now, as I switch hands, this one needs to close, this one needs to open. I have my left hand blocking second, and then I punch, okay? So I step forward now. My left hand starts, my right hand follows, and then a left hand punch. Okay, so from here, I step forward with my right hand, I punch and yell and end the first half. Hi-ya! Okay, so all this so far, there's a lot of punches in this form. Okay, from here, I do a rear leg side kick. So I chamber, kick out, I reach with my left hand, and then as I set my foot down, I turn my hips for this elbow strike here. So essentially, think of pulling someone or something towards your elbow and then striking it, okay? Now my right foot is going to pick straight up and pick straight back towards the back that way. Then I do the same thing with my right hand and pull it into my left elbow, just like that. Now, I'm aiming everything straight ahead. The next transition or the next move is going to go to my left. Okay, so I'm here, knife hand square block, okay? Very similar to this, which we've had before, but my hands are open, okay? From here, I reach this hand out, my right hand is at my belt. I step forward, spear hand, okay? Now, my right foot's gonna move across the whole back of the room. My hand's loaded this side of my belt, so I turn, knife hand square block. Then, this move in particular messes a lot of people up because they've never had to do a left hand spear hand. Every other form, orange belt, green belt, has been right hand spear hands. So, let's think about it. My right hand is loading palm up. My left is at my belt. I'm going to flip this over. I step forward and spear hand. Okay, it's the same as any other spear hand, but just the fact that it's left messes a lot of students up. Okay, makes you have to think a little harder. So when we're here, I'm going to pick up my left foot, turn towards the back of the room. Okay, I put it down in a front stance. I do an outer form block now. Okay, so the second half, I have outer form blocks. Reverse punch, I step forward, outer form block, reverse punch. Okay, now from here, I'm going to jump into an X stance, and I'm going to do a back fist on the bridge of the nose. Okay, so what I do is my left foot is going to end up in front, my right foot is going to go behind. So I jump off of my right foot and land this way. At the same time, I'm doing a back fist on the bridge of the nose downward this way with my left arm. So one more time. I'm here. I'm crossing my arms. Back fist. Just like that. And with an X stance, the back leg is on the ball of the foot. Okay? So from here, I untwist my feet. My right foot is going to step out to the right. And at the same time, I do what's called a double inner forearm block, okay? And the load for this is also a little confusing because it's a new technique. My backhand, which normally is palm down, and this one is palm up, they load the opposite way because of the twist of the move, okay? So from here, I step together at the same time I load for the next move, and then I step out and do my block all at the same time. That's the end of the purple belt form there. So there's a lot of little things in this form too, just new techniques, and then doing things with the opposite hands. But really what messes people up in the first half are making sure that you start each section with the correct hands, because you do 3 moves a lot of times and you only move your feet maybe 1 time. So again, from the beginning of the form, you step out to the side, and if people get the wrong hand with the first punch, every other punch is wrong. So you got to really make sure you pay attention to my left foot stepping out, and my left hand is going to punch, but it doesn't start in the front. It has to start at my belt, right? Because it's just beginning. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom. Okay? So the beginning of the move kind of sets the tone, because if you get the wrong hand right off the bat, every other punch from there is messed up. Okay? So watching little details like which hand punches first when you have those jab crosses is super important. Okay? And that's our purple belt form, guys. Thanks.